Well, greetings everyone, and welcome back to the Base Blast Audio Tech YouTube channel. And in this video, I have another quick project. Should be quick. Usually when I say they're quick, they end up being a half hour. But this just needs some switches cleaned. This is a nice old 80s something Sansui SE8 equalizer. Now, I wish I could say this goes to that fire hazard A1100, but it doesn't. I don't know what amp this went to, but it was definitely a lot better than that A1100. I actually have the equalizer to the A1100, and it is completely shite. I don't remember what the model number is. I'll have to go get it. I found it. I also have the tuner and the tape deck, so I pretty much have the whole stack. So that wonderful fire hazard A1100 amplifier, this is the equalizer for it. The SE300. I just banged my foot on my bed, and there's nothing to it. The sliders feel okay. They're not too bad. Nice clicky, but it's incredibly basic. I've been inside it before. It's one of those things where each of your sliders is on a board, then there's only one board like this big right in the back, and it's just jumpered to it. Like this thing, it also is twisty. You can twist the whole thing, and it weighs nothing. It's hollow. There's nothing inside it. But that's not the point. This SE8's also been on my to-do list for months and months, and I've never done it. So we're just going to do it right now. My magnetic screw holder is full with parts from my Fisher tape deck, which, as the time of this video, I'm still waiting for the Zener diodes to show up for it. The issue with the SE8 is one of the tape monitor switches are dirty, because sometimes I'll turn it on and I have no left channel. Or is it right? I don't know. I can't tell. And for the longest time, for 3 months, I thought it was a bad RCA until I got the idea to push a button and bang, it came back. Hopefully I don't have to tear it down too much to get to the switches. Usually these EQs are pretty simple, even the more advanced ones like the Pioneer, what is it? I think it's the SG, yeah, the SG9800, that really nice one from Pioneer from late 70s, I think. It's nothing but a big old box of friggin' op amps, which that's all an equalizer is they're just bandpass filters at various frequencies. They're very simple if you understand the calculus it takes to figure out what value capacitors and resistors to get a certain frequency. Should just come right out. But look at that! Even the equalizer's got a plug on it. I need to find what stack this SE8 came from, because I'm betting it was probably a nice one. Yep, not an awful lot in it. Now this does have a real spectrum analyzer. It's a 10-band. This is all the driver stuff required to drive it. Maybe we'll look at some of them chips. Wonder what they are. You can tell this is a driver. Capacitor, transistor, cap train, cap train, cap train. Goes all the way. There's 10 of them. Okay. Our switches are under it. Fantastic. Of course, got the nice power switch. Rod goes all the way to a real switch. Cute little transformer with a lot of windings. Jesus. And right down here, you can see where all our sliders connect. Right and left. It's all just a bunch of dual channel op amps. What are they? Are they 4558s? They might be 4558s. They're... Okay, never mind. Okay, so it makes sense. So we have 10 bands. So each side it's mirrored. So we have 5 dual channel op amps. They're 4558s. But we have 3 here in the front. I don't know what they do, but they're 4559s. I'm trying to read the date code on them, but I'm not sure how. 28th week of 2018, yeah, I don't think so. 18th week of 1928, I don't think so either. Ooh. Okay, so this board that drives the spectrum analyzer, it's on this one bracket, and it's got 2 plugs. 3 up, it's wire wrapped. There's enough slack, should be fine. It's got these cool plugs that just cut. Yeah, look how loose that is. I think I take these plugs out, and this whole board will just lift up out of here. But it might not be that simple because the VFD is on it. Well, how do these come off? Usually, they just pull right up out, which they do. Yep, out comes you. I spy a zip tie that needs cut because there's not enough slack on the wire. Oh, that was easier than I was expecting it. There's our nipple. There's our nipple for the VFD. Yep. And I can just... I wonder if this is one of these boards that I could actually just, say, plug a phone into, and bang, I'd have audio. I doubt it's that simple because the size of that main harness worries me. Well, we'll get to my switches, and then we're going to look at all the chips on that, because there's a bunch of them. So my dumbass just realized I didn't actually need to take that out because the tape monitor switches are on these links, and they're actually back here, and I could have easily got to them without moving the board. Oh well, we'll do them all. Kind of hard to see, but this switch here and here, these show the spectrum analyzer, so you can only show the left or right, or both if you push them both in. But there's an option for a peak hold. Look how long the switch is for the peak hold. Ooh, I see a plug to a light bulb. I bet it's burnt out because I don't remember seeing this thing ever light up. Well, I bet this is real pretty lit up because this plastic front, it's got a bluish purple tint to it. And the VFD is blue on its own. Ooh, swap an LED in it maybe? I've never seen one of these switches this friggin' long. Ah! Why is there a 220 volt sticker on the back of this? Is this a 220 volt unit? No, here it says voltage AC 100, 120, 220, 240. Well, my tripod doesn't go low enough so you can actually see inside the unit, but all I'm doing is just going to shoot some cleaner in these little openings on the back of these enormous switches. That is a funky looking transistor I've never seen before. It looks like a TO220, but it's really small. It's the size of a TO126. Hey, safety cap on the power switch. Okay, and with the handheld, because my tripod, it doesn't go any lower than this. It's like a little over a foot high. So I had to look at this because I don't even know what's on this board. But of course, we have a 4558. Always got to have a 4558, right? Okay, we have two of these MB3614s here and here. We have another 4558. These four are the same. They are MB4204. Then here in the middle we have an upside down, I can't really read it. Looks like MSM4017RS. Well, let's just hop over the computer real quick because I'm really curious to know what these are. They might be proprietary driver chips, kind of like the LM3915, which, like all the good level meter chips, is not made anymore. And so our MB3614, that is just a quad op amp. Nothing exciting there. Our MB4204 is just a quad comparator. Okay, nothing too exciting. It's a comparator. Cool. Our MSM4017, this is the fun part. This is a CMOS decade counter. Well, I think next is just to put it back together. Maybe I'll snoop out this light bulb right here. And it's probably going to be AC, so I'll have to build a rectifier for it. Oh, well, that's fine. So, I'm going to get my rag. Just want to wipe the dust off this. Of course, it's glass because this is a true VFD. I'm going to wipe that guy off, just make sure it's clear of any smudge. I'm going to wipe off this pretty purple blue tinted thing. The filter, I guess. It's all one little module, and then we just carefully, because it's glass, that out the way. Lower it back in. There we go. Where'd the screws go? There they are. Where'd my screwdriver go? Well, that was easy. Let's go ahead and plug it in, make sure our power switch is off. But yeah, I'm going to say that bulb's burnt out because it's actually completely dead. The front of it. Where's an RCA cable I can just plug into it real quick? When you can't plug your cable into your phone with the case on, so you take a Dremel tool to it. Yes. We set the tape monitor to source because there's tape 1 and 2. So there you go. That's a true VFD analyzer. Now remember this big old peak hold switch? In case it wasn't obvious, when you push it, this is what it does. it makes it hold. And I'm pausing the music now. And if you shut it off, and if I hit play again, kind of cool, but everyone likes bouncy bouncy. And we have a level control. Cool. Let's get the top back on it. No, I want to measure that light bulb first. I want to know what voltage it runs on. Maybe I could build a rectifier for it tonight. I'm pretty sure the bulb looks like it comes right off of this AC winding. Jesus Christ, that's some stiff wire. We'll check DC first. I'm pretty sure it's not DC. Yep, it's not DC. It's going to be AC, so yep, got to build a rectifier. $10 volts AC, 10.6. Right, so we have 10.5 volts AC. When you rectify it, you get your peak to peak. So you get your AC multiplied by 1.414, gives us 14.9. So we got a source voltage of 15 volts. My LEDs are Chinesium eBay greatness. I don't know what their forward voltage is. I just put 3 volts, 20 milliamps, I assume. It shows we need a 680 ohms. So I'm just going to get a 4148 diode, a small filter cap, and a resistor. Oh, those goofy transistors I was talking about, they're 2SD357. They are going to be used as voltage regulators coming off the power supply. Well, y'all should have seen this coming. As usual, all my quick projects end up turning into adventures, and off came the face. Very clean in here. Oh, some dirt there. Okay, so I think I had to take the face off to get the light out because it didn't pull out from the back. I can see it. It's one single incandescent bulb. There's some mad dust bunnies on the top of this. Thank God I didn't have to pull the little plastic, I guess, grippy things off of all 20 bands. They just slid right out the face. So each one of these 10 bands, they're their own board, right? It looks like it's got 2 screws to the top and this whole thing just comes out. Well, the bulbing won't come out from the front either, so how the fuck do I get that out? Oh, I had to take the spectrum analyzer back out to get to the bulb. Oh, shit. I just pulled the wire out. Oh, well. It's going to be replaced anyway. I'll pull them both out. God damn it. So there's a black housing, and then there's a little white squishy rubber inside the housing, and it's trying to pull out, but that's when I ended up just pulling both the wires out. So I'm going to try to get my tweezy tweezers and see if I can fish it out of here. Okay, never mind, that little black housing is actually the front of this whole display, which looks like it's not glued in. It's got these little plastic snappy tabs. Sure enough. Being very careful not to break them. Woo! Ha! Oh, that's cool. So you can see, looks like the bulb's in that little rubber grommet thingy. I wonder if I could push the bulb out. I'll try to do that very carefully. Just try to push it out. Now, I need to take note. So LEDs project, they project forward. All the light to light this comes around the edge. So I'm going to get a piece of sandpaper. I'm going to sand the dome of this down, and that'll help diffuse the light a little more out the sides. Now, it's not going to be perfect, of course, and there are purpose-made LEDs that disperse out the side, but that's just the nature of LEDs. They're all directional. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's coming out. I just started giving it just a little more force, and it's just squeezing out. And there it is. There's our bulb. Kind of hard to see. The whole inside of it's shiny. You can see the base is clear, but then... It's almost like... It's like a fuse when it has an extreme overcurrent, and it just vaporizes. Kind of like that. Right. You just sand that flat. I got a tool I want to try for that. A knockoff Dremel. So I'm going to stand back a bit so I don't get dust in here. I'm just going to get the end of this and just grind it flat. I doubt this stuff's very safe to breathe in. It's like, think of a powdered sugar. It's exactly what it feels like. So here's our LED with the flat top on it. I got a little coin cell battery here. Makes the sides a little brighter. It's still going to be brighter on the front, but there's nothing you can do about that. Okay. Get the iron warmed up. I'm going to strip the end of these wires, solder it to the LED, and then I'm going to mount the rectifier somewhere down here. There we go. Soldered and heat shrunk. Now to build our rectifier. Much like with the A1100 amplifier, I'm just going to make one of these simple rectifiers and shove it in line with the cord somewhere. I'll splice it. So this is going to be our positive. I made the blue wire the positive on the LED, so our LED over here. We have the diode, which will come in on the AC line, the 750 ohm resistor, and then we have a 47 microfarad filter cap. So it will appear brighter to the human eye, but the light will also no longer flicker at 60 times a second. If it was a full wave rectifier, it would flash at 120 times a second. You can see I got the little rectifier board soldered in. Now I had a little dummy moment about putting this capacitor on the other line of the AC, and I was thinking it's AC, it's going to reverse charge that cap, but then I remember there's a diode in it, so no current should flow backwards other than the leakage current of the diode itself. So we're gonna I already plugged it in. I'm gonna do a first power up on camera, so in case anything goes kabloom, I'll see it. So, yeah, turn it on, and we have a light. We have a pretty little light. Okay, now we shut it off. Doesn't stay bright for too long, because it feels like one of those things where it stayed bright for like several seconds. I could put like a 4.7K resistor around about there to help discharge it, but that's acceptable. I like it. Well, the LED does not fit into this hole because it's warped and uneven from the heat from the incandescent. So I think it's time to pull the knockoff Dremel out again, go around on the inside with a fancy bit I haven't used yet, and see if I can expand it just a little bit. Yes, one of these bits. I don't know what these are supposed to be used for exactly, but I'll find something I can just stick in there and kind of go around just to make it a little bigger. I think this one will work pretty well. Okay, so yeah, it's just the beginning part I need to expand just a little. And I can see how it's warped. A little bit at a time, can always take more off, can't put it back on. We get farther in now. I can still see it's an oval. Not quite yet. Jesus. So it fits farther in this, but it's getting caught in something else. It's getting caught on the actual... Okay. It's getting caught on the actual lip that's on the end of the LED. So I think now I'm going to start grinding the LED, because this is now good because the bulb actually fits into it now. So back to the side it goes. Make sure this thing still works. It does. After about 10 minutes of very slowly going at it, I got it. Now because I had to take so much away, the little rubber grommet thing is not very tight. However, I think this would be a perfect time for just a dab of hot glue, because it's hot glue. It's not permanent, and it kind of will just be like a little cushion for this rubber thing. So I'm going to go dig it out and plug it in, because it takes forever to heat up. Woo, better not glue that in. I got to put this through the hole in the front of the chassis. Ooh, that would have been bad. I would have been mad. Now we can glue her in. Carefully. Well, I just realized everything I did not get. I just got a blob on the back. I got it lined up. I'm going to carefully try to pop this back in. There we go. Get a rag. Unplug this glue gun before it starts oozing all over. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let's do a power on test. So most of the light's going to come out the front, but at least it won't be completely dark anymore. Make sure there's no metal under that. Oh. That'll look pretty good in the dark. Yeah, it dims pretty quickly. Now we get to do more, try to figure out how to fit it in the camera frame. Stick the face back on it. So this would be a good time to wipe the face off, I guess. It's all metal, real metal. All of it. No plastic. Honestly, after all the teardowns and rebuilds and stuff, and even the stuff I ain't filmed, because I've been at this for years, right? This thing has to be one of the easiest to tear down and reassemble things I've ever seen. Maybe one of these days I can take this display apart again, because there's plastic bits on the inside of it. Wonder how them got there. Here's where that burnout light was. Looks like it melted the tape. Desk lamp. That's the easiest I've ever had a faceplate go on. Well, guys, there you have it. This was a, as usual, longer than I planned it, Sansui SE8 graphic equalizer with the true VFD display. That was a real pain to stick a new light in it, but my switches are clean and it sounds good now. And I googled, this unit was made from 81 to 83, so it's older than I thought it was. But if you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.